prepares to unleash an economic D-Day on Tehran. The country's new security chief is issuing a very stern warning as Washington ramps up this economic pressure while more ships are beginning to move through the Strait of Hormuz. A lot to follow there. Trey Yingst has more from Tel Aviv. Trey.
Yeah, Molly, good afternoon. Reports do indicate that crossings through the Strait of Hormuz are up 400% over the past 2 weeks. This comes as the United States is overseeing vessels out of the Persian Gulf through a safer southern passage. The passage allows for millions of barrels of crude oil to be exported each day. In the backdrop, there is an ongoing U.S. naval blockade, and fresh sanctions are expected for Iran next week.
If Trump decides to take further action, our response, our retaliation, will be seismic. First, we will tell all neighboring countries and countries around the world not to join the United States in its economic war. Any country that takes part in imposing economic restrictions on us will be regarded as an enemy. Of course, we will first negotiate with them. We will hold talks and tell them to step aside and distance themselves from the United States. But if they do not act, we will strike. We will target that country's interests.
Iran's parliament speaker and top negotiator Mohammad Khalibaf posted to X over the weekend saying, "We've received numerous messages from neighboring countries about shaping new security arrangements and economic cooperation in the region. The United States put the security of every single one of its allies at such risk through bullying and pure disregard for their foreign interests for the sake of Israel." While President Trump indicated that talks with Iran have stopped.
Okay, I just watched that and I'm genuinely encouraged. President Trump is showing real leadership by launching what he rightly calls an economic D-Day, cutting off the regime's remaining revenue streams, targeting oil smuggling, front companies, and any lifeline from abroad. This is not empty talk. It is a decisive shift from endless talks that went nowhere to maximum pressure that defends American interests and global energy security. Our Treasury Secretary is executing the plan with precision, preparing secondary sanctions and concrete measures that force countries to choose. In my view, this is responsible governance, protecting our people, our allies, and the flow of oil without rushing into more kinetic action. That kind of resolve is exactly what we need. What do you think? Will this economic pressure finally force Tehran to change course? Let me know in the comments.